What was that journey like for you? Can you speak on maybe like a pivotal moment that transformative moment in your self-love journey?
Ooh, I've had many of those moments. Wow. Well, you know what comes to mind is actually there was a time where I used to literally, I could not leave my house without like earrings or makeup, right? Like, right? Like I could not leave my house without earrings or makeup. And I remember one time I was actually, this is when I was going to church.
Yeah.
And I left and I was like, oh no, my earrings. I gotta go back and get them. And I had this encounter in the mirror where it was like, Spirit said to me, you always compliment people. And even if you see someone that has marks on their face or whatever, you always see the beauty in other people, yet you can't see the beauty in yourself. And it was like that moment, I was so convicted because I knew that it was true. And the way it came to me was like, you're such a hypocrite. Yeah, it was not no pretty.
Yeah, heavy.
It was like, you're such a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because if you can look at yourself in the mirror, clear skin and everything, and not see beauty, but you would look at somebody else who has all of this and that, and then see beauty. Are you really actually seeing beauty in them? So it was like, wow, it's either that person is beautiful and I'm beautiful also, or I'm lying. And so that day I made a promise to love myself, and in that process I literally stopped wearing makeup, stopped wearing earrings. I literally like took all my earrings and threw them out. I know that it's expensive, but don't worry about that. I know myself, right? And so I knew that it would be hard for me to go through with it, so I just got rid of everything so that I would not fall back. And that process lasted for years. And then finally it got to the place where I loved myself, right? I was doing photo shoots and everything without makeup and all of that, and then I was able to start back wearing, you know, makeup and jewelry again, because I wasn't wearing it in order to make myself more beautiful. It didn't change my self-worth. You know, like now I could take off my earrings, I could take off my makeup, and I could go to the store, and I could still feel as beautiful as if I put, well, that wasn't there. You know, that wasn't there before. So I don't think, and I don't think like makeup is a good or bad thing. I think that if you're doing anything to cause you to love yourself, that is where the danger is. Right? And so that was very, from clothing to anything, to people, whatever the case is, like you have to be able to see yourself inside and outside and get to a place where you appreciate and love what you see. You know, that was a pivotal moment for me.
Is that love, like when you talk about seeing your darkness, seeing like the, you know, the things that you love and the things that you currently aren't really appreciating about yourself, and understanding it and loving it, is that like a compassion for self?
It's just facts. I don't think of it as compassion. It's like, okay, this darkness exists in me. Why? Where did it come from? And I go back in the story, right, as far back as I could go to find the root of it, and it's just understanding, right? It's just understanding. Okay, so let's say I found within myself, what do I have? Let's say I find within myself, this is terrible, looking for darkness, I can't find any.
Where is it? It's all gone.
Where is it? It's all gone. Hey, higher self, big up higher self.
Big ups.
There was a time where that would be very difficult. One, it would be difficult to admit, but it would be very easy to find darkness. But think of something. Vanity. Okay, vanity. That I just touched on. That was part of my thing, right? But like, okay, so let's say so I find the darkness. That's very dark, right? I don't want to go outside without makeup, right? Or whatever. So let's say I find that vanity, and I just have to trace back. Why are you so vain? Or why are you so insecure? So first I'm vain, and then I realize, well, I'm actually insecure. Why are you insecure? What is that? And then I trace it back to when I was modeling. And when I was modeling, I remember the feeling of someone going to take a picture of me and then calling in somebody and saying, fix that, you know? And so the feeling was like I was never pretty enough to just have my picture taken. Something had to be adjusted, something had to be fixed, right? And so doing that for a while, eventually, you know, it kind of like swallowed me up to where it was like, okay, well, if people are seeing me like this in pictures, I can't step outside and look like that ugly girl. I have to make myself look like the girl in the picture. So then a self-hate thing started, right? And it's crazy because, you know, you get all dolled up and then you're like, yes, right? And everybody thinks you're so confident. But what was happening was that my self-esteem was just being actually broken down. When people thought I was the most confident, I actually had the lowest self-esteem. Lowest self-esteem. So again, it's just about getting to the root of how did I get here, right? How did I get here? And that is just facts. It's not about compassion or empathy. It's what are the facts? What's the root of this evil? Right? And then you see it, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I get it. And that also helps me to not judge other women. If I see a woman who can't go outside without makeup, can't even know what her real skin tone is under there, there I feel compassion. Because I'm like, I wonder if she is experiencing what I had experienced, that feeling of not loving myself. So the compassion, when you visit your darkness and you find the root, the compassion comes in other people. For other people. It's so important. Your darkness is dark, but if you get to it, it will actually cause you to be more loving to other people. You know? So,
That was well said.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yan. I think that was all the questions that I had for now. This was a great session. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I enjoyed this session also. And remember, it is my joy to help you manifest your dream life and highest self.